Welcome to the Jasmine Oilfield Offshore Facilities operated by Mubadala. For your convenience and safety, please give us 15 minutes to introduce you to this safety information in case an emergency situation may occur. Safety, security, hygiene, and the environment are the responsibility of all, from the field manager and offshore installation manager down to the catering staff. You will be required to adhere to the company's Operation Management Framework, the OMF policies and regulations whilst working offshore on the Jasmine Field offshore facility. The OMF is the boundaries within which all Mubadala Petroleum operational sites operate. The Jasmine and the Ban Yen Fields offshore facilities consist of 1. SPF 003, 2. 5 wellhead production platforms, namely A, B, C, D, and Ban Yen A. For your safety, if an emergency situation occurs, we ask you to be fully familiar with the actions required, so please pay careful attention to this safety instruction to ensure you do understand. Let's start with the SPF 003 FPSO. FPSO stands for Floating Production, Storage, and Offtake. All subsea lines are commoned up before reaching the SPF 003. Enter the turret and then through the crude oil processing. The ship can currently store up to 500,000 barrels of crude oil. This FPSO was designed and built to comply with International Oil Tanker FPSO standards. Everything on the SPF 003 has been developed to ensure that we do not compromise the vessel's safety performance. We divide the safety details of the SPF 003 into 3 systems. System 1, the Safety Management System SMS, regulations relating to the safety and security on board. System 2, Hygiene, Safety, and Environmental Standards System. Safety 3, Safety Evaluation, Analysis of Dangers and Risks that require mitigation. Procedures and regulations on the SPF 003 have been developed to ensure that the highest safety levels are maintained. Please take your time to read and understand our safety procedures and regulations. Responsibility for the Jasmine Oilfield facilities rests with 2 people. The OIM is the person responsible for the safety of this FPSO operation, and the field manager is responsible for all field operations, specifically the safety on board and the wellhead exit. These 2 persons' names are displayed on the board in the helicopter muster station room. The SPF 003 FPSO is made up of the following decks. Situated on the C deck are the offices of the SPF 003 OIM and field manager. Outside the C deck is the helicopter landing area. This is a dangerous area. Stay clear. The next lower deck is the U deck. This is where you are presently situated viewing this safety introduction, i.e. in the helicopter administration office. The deck also contains accommodation rooms. This also becomes the helicopter assembly point in the case of an emergency evacuation by air. The next deck down is the L deck. It contains accommodation rooms. Also on this deck level we have a medic room, telephone room, and laundry. The next deck is the B deck. Here we have the CCR, or Central Control Room, dining room, galley, and smoking room. The dining room is also the muster station room. Smoking is only allowed in the smoking room on this floor. You can read from the instructions in the SPF 003 safety book provided. You must be familiar with the layout plan of this vessel and how to get to the muster point, lifeboats, and other life-saving appliances such as the life rafts. In your accommodation, you will find a life-saving kit consisting of an emergency light, flashlight, gloves, and a smoke protection hood. This smoke protection hood will allow you to breathe in a smoke-filled environment for up to 15 minutes. Remember, you must know your way to the muster station in case of an emergency. Please start studying these instructions in your own room. It may very well save your life in an emergency. Green fluorescent arrows refer to the closest fire exit. This exit leads you to the muster station. Notice everything from the routes you walk along. You may have to crawl along the escape route in the dark, filled with smog and smoke. So while working on the FPSO, you should observe and remember your escape routes. After this introduction, you will receive a name T card from the medic to be used as your ID card on the muster board. You must put your T card, green or red, into the same color muster board. The muster board is located in the B deck dining room. There are two types of emergency alarms. 1. General alarm. This is a continuous ringing sound. It is used, for example, when we have a fire, a gas or oil leak, man overboard, helicopter emergency, or serious injury. On hearing this alarm, you must stop work, switch off any equipment, place them safely, and go immediately to the muster station. All PPE must be worn for emergency musters and drills. You will be updated regularly on the emergency situation and what actions you must take. 2. Abandoned ship alarm. This will ring intermittently. On hearing this alarm, you must stop work, switch off all equipment, place them safely, and immediately go to the lifeboat that is assigned to you. You should listen carefully to the announcements and instructions at this time. If you hear the abandoned ship alarm, or you are informed to gather at the lifeboats that are located on both sides of the ship, go there immediately. For those personnel inside the accommodation rooms, please take your life jacket with you. You must follow the commands from the coxswains of the lifeboats, as they are responsible for assisting you. After the muster, remember, do not put on the life jacket prior to or after entering the lifeboat. Just carry it into the lifeboat. Please pay attention and perform the exercises as if they were a real situation. In case you are unable to access the lifeboats, there are life rafts available. Read the instructions on how to release the retaining strap from the life raft and how to launch the life raft into the sea. On the starboard side of the bow, close to the turret, is the emergency muster station for those who cannot return to the mess hall muster point during an emergency situation. If you are working on the deck or the turret of the SPF-003, you must be familiar with the operation of the controlled descent device for escape to the sea. Ensure that the use of this device is explained by the operations supervisor. Around the FPSO, there are 16 life buoy rings. Each ring has a light or smoke release that will automatically be actuated when it is in contact with the sea water. If you see someone in the sea or falling into the sea from the SPF-003, you must assist by throwing the life buoy ring close to them, as displayed in this presentation. Remember, do not directly aim for the person with the life buoy ring, as he will suffer more difficulties if you do hit him. Use your radio or initiate the closest fire alarm button and shout, "Man overboard," to alert the others. Remember, never lose sight of the man overboard. All work on this FPSO and Wellhead Platform is carried out under the permit to work system that is subdivided into 3 types. 1. Cold work permit. 2. Flame hot work permit. 3. Non-flame hot work permit. Besides these 3 permits, there are also accompanying certificates such as electrical and mechanical isolation certificates and confined space entry certificates. Gas testing must always be performed when working in a hazardous area and confined space. All work permit forms will be signed by the head of departments HOD, OIM, and registered in the CCR prior to work commencing. The field manager must also be aware of any JV hot work activities planned and in the process of execution. For your safety on board, it is compulsory that you wear the standard PPE, which are safety hard hat with chin strap, safety glasses day and night, ear protection for excessive noise, working uniform or coverall, gloves, and safety shoes. Wellhead Platform. For those people who will be working on one of the wellhead platforms, you will be transferred by means of personnel basket to and from the support vessel. How to use the personnel transfer basket. All personnel riding the personnel basket shall be required to wear the correct PPE. Work vests must be worn and securely fastened by all personnel riding the basket. Hard hat must be worn with chin strap along with safety glasses, safety shoes, and approved work clothing. If you are carrying small items including light luggage, please place them in the center of the basket. Larger items will not be permitted inside the basket when personnel are being transferred. In preparation for boarding, place one foot on the basket ring with both hands gripping the net. When the basket starts to lift off, stand with both feet on the outer rim of the basket facing inwards. Keep the knees slightly bent to avoid sustaining a possible shock to a locked joint. Personnel are required to have a firm grip on the net lines with both arms through the net ropes using the cross arms hold. Remember to keep your knees slightly bent when the personnel basket is finally lowered onto the platform or boat deck. As soon as the personnel basket touches the platform or boat deck, extend one foot off the ring, release the ropes, and then step off quickly. Never jump from the basket to the platform or boat deck. If the crane operator misses the landing spot, he will likely raise the personnel basket and try again. If you jump from the net, you may sustain serious injury. Stay with the basket until it is landed on the deck. Safe transfers require you be fully alert at all times. Upon arrival to a Jasmine Field platform, you must first report to the platform's senior operator, declaring your business, and update the POB listening. The senior operator will conduct the platform orientation and safety briefing. You must pay attention to the information you are given. On hearing the platform alarm, you must immediately stop your work, power off your equipment, and keep tools and equipment clear and away from any walkways. Walk to the designated muster point. Don your life vest and stand by for a head count and further instruction from the senior operator. Do not bring lighters or matches on board. We repeat that the only place you can smoke on board is in the smoking room on the B deck. Alcohol and drugs are strictly prohibited. All electrical devices must be examined by our electrician, and an inspection tag must be applied. If you have brought out a mobile phone, ensure it is turned off and securely locked away in your accommodation. You also have a locker which can be secured. Ask the Mummadala planner or medic for a padlock. If you are prescribed medication, you must report this in the form provided with the medicine name or names to the medic. If you feel unwell, contact the medic. If you work outdoors, we recommend you drink a lot of water to prevent heat stroke. Keep one hand holding the handrail whenever you use the stairs. This will prevent you from falling forward down the stairs. Only carry items with one hand. Remember that crews off shift can be sleeping. Keep silent and do not disturb others or use radios in the accommodation areas. Food is important. We provide cooks who do their best to provide delicious and nutritious meals. Our catering menu is displayed on the board in the dining room. Waste bins are provided to keep the environment clean. Waste food macerated to at least 25 millimeters is disposed to the sea. Nothing else is allowed to be thrown into the sea. Other leftovers will be sent back to be disposed of on shore. We segregate wastes into 4 types. 1. Non-hazardous waste. 2. Recyclable waste. 3. Hazardous waste. And 4. Biological waste. Please make sure you put the correct waste into the correct bin, as it will help in the waste disposal process. Fishing is not allowed. Fishing lines and hooks may snag on the vessel's hull or on the chains or oil production riser located beneath the turret. This is a danger to all divers and associated diving operations. For the same reason, fishing is totally banned from the platforms. You can call home by using the telephone in the telephone room that is located on the B deck. If other people are waiting to use the phone, please do not spend too long. For your cleaning of clothes or coveralls, place them into the plastic basket provided in front of your room in the morning or evening. Our staff from the laundry will pick them up, clean them, and return your clothes back to your room. Please do not use the laundry equipment. The catering staff will clean your room, toilet, and change your bed sheets. We request that you keep your room clean and tidy. This FPSO was made with safety systems for its and your highest safety in mind. Our most important responsibility is to take care of you. We work hard to make sure you have a happy, healthy, and above all, safe stay on board. Your opinions and suggestions are warmly welcomed as they will help us improve our services. We have a hazard observation card system in place on both the SPF 003 and Mubadala platforms. If you see an unsafe condition and action, please act straight away in order to rectify the situation and fill in the observation card. The introduction has come to an end, and if this is your first visit, we would like to ask you to fill in the provided form before leaving. On behalf of the SPF 003 and Mubadala, we would like to thank you for your cooperation. We wish you a safe stay while working on this FPSO and platforms. Thank you very much for your time in studying the safety systems on the FPSO. We take this matter very seriously within our group.